stay seated for a minute if you like, but we are going to be standing, so you can make your decision what you'd like to do. I just want to have a quick chat with you. So over the past few weeks, we've been working on energy centres in the body. We've been working up from the bottom all the way up to the neck now. Now, if you've missed out on any of those classes, just pop onto my YouTube channel, because there's actually all the classes on there ready to go. So if there's anything you want to do, you know, and they're related to core and hips and everything. So it's not just about energy, it's about the places in the body. But today we're going to be working on the neck. Now, the neck is so important, not only because it's our centre for talking and communicating and understanding, but it actually houses our head, which is important, but it actually corrects our posture. So if you've got neck problems, if you have migraines or eye problems or tasting problems, problems in your ear, the chances are your posture's out. It's the neck that's taking the strain. So I want everybody to stand up. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little exercise to demonstrate, then we're going to be moving the body, and then we're going to have some very detailed work, stretching and careful stretching around the shoulders, and then we're going to have a little move to finish. So we've got a lot to do today, but I want everybody to stand. I'm just going to stand sideways so you can see, and I want everybody to over-exaggerate what we're doing, okay? Because there's two types of people. There's people that walk around like this, and there's people that walk around like this, and there's very few that find that nice middle point. So what we're all going to do is we're going to sit on our hips. What we're going to do is squeeze an elbow muscle, and we're just going to drop our shoulders into this position. Now, a lot of people walk around like this. It means that their back is underactive, the tummy muscles are overactive, the back of the shoulders are underactive, and the muscles at the front are very active. If we want to lift our head, we're in this position. Everyone try and just keep their body still, but lift their head. What they'll find is they'll find a little bit of pressure here, and the back of the neck's pinching just to hold the head up. Now let's over-exaggerate and take it in the opposite direction. So now we're going to open up, so I want you to tilt your bum up behind you, open up, draw your shoulders back and really stick your chest up, let yourself pigeon chest. Head's nice and high with the neck nice and high. Now your back is become overactive and the front's now underactive. The back's overactive, but your front's now underactive at the top. With your head, try and lift your head up nice and straight, try and lift out your shoulders. You can feel the front of your neck is now having to be active. Hold this position, it feels uncomfortable, I know, but head's nice and high. Now, tilt your tailbone back to neutral, tilt your shoulders back to neutral and drop yourself down and feel how relaxed your neck becomes. So let's do that again. We're going to turn the shoulders in, let ourselves slump, and the head's nice and low. Now just lift the head up, and you're going to feel that tension in your neck and your shoulders. Now take it in the opposite direction, nice big open movement. Lift your head up, you can feel your shoulders and neck muscles working, you can feel it working across the front of your body. And now let's go back to neutral. Just notice how gentle your shoulders suddenly feel and how neutral it feels. So you can see that if your posture's out, even if it's just a little bit, your neck muscles have to take over. Even if you're only a little bit extended or a little bit forward, your neck muscles have to take place. So what we're going to do is have a warm up, and then we're going to work on the neck muscles, and then we're going to work on posture. So bring your feet together, and let's take the feet apart, and let's drop the feet down. And I've just noticed you slightly can't see my feet, can we? So there we go. And just give your legs, give yourself a shake. And what we're doing is we're trying to get rid of any tension in the body. So it's more of a case of let's just let the shoulders get a bit heavy, a bit loose, let the knees have a wobble, let the back have a wobble. Just the body move. It's very neutral and spine, not going backwards and forwards. Shake it all off. I want you to warm the body without actually putting any pressure in any particular position. Head's nice and loose, don't throw it about too much, we don't want to hurt the neck. We're working on it today on. And back to neutral. Now put your hands on your hips, take a breath in, and just arch your back, pop your bum out and lean forward, let your seat area open up. Your back's overactive and your neck's overactive. Now exhale, contract around, tilt your tailbone forward, put your hands towards your knees and bend your knees. You've got an open shoulder blades. And again, inhale up, lean forward, head's nice and high. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees, tilt your tailbone round your back in the opposite direction. Now take your hands up nice and tall. Exhale, just bring them down and neutralise your spine. Hands on your hips, keep the top of your body still. I'm just going to tilt backwards and forwards through the hips. Straight legs for a moment, nice and quick. Contract, release, contract, release. Contract your bum as you contract. So 2 points of contracting. Contract, release, contract, release. 2 more, contract, release, contract, release. Lovely. Now bend your knees. Nice loose knee position. Take your hands up, straighten the legs, stretch through the body. Exhale, let everything fall. And start to straighten the legs, round through the body and come back up nice and tall. Arch the body, let it come down. And around body. See how we're warming up all of the center line of the body. And again. And down. And roll through. Nice and tall. Just going to release those shoulders. Head's nice and loose, no tension. Just circle the hands. Oh, take them back. And now change the direction. Nice and just fluid motion. And then we're just going to let the body sway from side to side. So even though the shoulders and the arms are nice and soft, the neck's nice, you can feel that motion through your body, all through the core starting to move. Bend your knees, pushing from side to side. That's it. Let them get bigger. Take them up over your head, stretching through your body at the same time. You look like raggy dolls, don't we? And then come back to neutral. Check your hands up. Just take your legs nice and warm. Similar principle, so we're going to contract and squeeze backwards and forwards. We've got wide legs this time, take it back and squeeze. So what you should be able to feel is the inside of your legs now. So when you're squeezing forward, feel here, pull through the legs and release. 1, 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach up, breathe in, bend your knees and let the body go. Reach back up. And let it go back down. Inhale back up. And let it go back down. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, bring your hands back to your hips and your spine should be nice and neutral. So we're not sticking it out, we've got that nice neutral point. We're going to sink down through the centre line of the body. So take your knees out to the side over your feet. Just have a little rock. So it's almost like you're drawing a smiley face with your, I know it's very attractive, but you feel that moving in the insides of our thighs. So you're drawing a smiley face. It does look a bit like a Jane Fonda video. Got some good news, so it's fine. And we're just going to move through the hips. So we're warming through the hips. The hips are so important for our posture. And it affects our knees, our toes. And then come to a nice low position. We're just going to hold, so we're going to warm the tops of those legs up. Breathe in. Let the breath go. Breathe in. And then exhale, reach up, stretch, and open the body, arch the back slightly, and stretch to the corners of the room. Big deep breath in, coming back down. Stay here. Neutralise that spine, so we've got the tailbone slightly tilting forward, the tummy muscles are engaged, we're not putting any pressure on the spine. Big deep breath in. Exhale, let's reach to the corners of the room. And in this position, we're going to keep the legs still. We're going to reach from side to side. So now we can feel movement through the hips, feel movement through the tummy. We can feel that tailbone going side to side. But we're actually reaching through the shoulders and it's moving all the way down the body. You move one thing, everything moves. If you do isolation moves, you are going against your natural ability. So let's just keep moving. And then round and drop down. Turn your feet so they're facing forward and they're parallel to each other. Got a nice neutral spine. Remember, you're not sinking too far forward and back. Always remembering, let's contract through and hold it. And drop down to one knee. Take your hands up. Take your hands behind your back and just arch your back and let your bum come out slightly behind you. Take your chin up. Inhale. Exhale, round your back and drop your weight down. And then slowly straighten your leg, draw through the body, take it back up to the top and open to that star position at the top. And we're going to come down towards the other side. Bring your hands onto your hips. Draw your chest that's lifted, chin up, nice and low. You can feel that stretching through the inside leg. Big deep breath in. Take your hands up. Exhale, coming forward, let the body drop forward, let the head come forward. Draw up straight. Extend that leg round through back as you take hands back into your star position over your head. And just drop the hands down behind you. This position, Feel the back body now quite overactive, so we have to be careful when we're doing it. We need to support it. Place your hands so your fingers are up against your back, tops of your hands are at the top of your bum. Have a little wiggle. Yes, we are arched, stretching. And then we're just going to lean forward, opening up that seat area so there's no tension in the legs. Get the back slightly overactive. Find that middle point and stop. So you're still going to be lifted slightly, the legs are engaged, the back's active. And we're just going to see if we can bring ourselves to a halfway point. So we can feel the seat area open. With the legs here, we're going to tense, and we're going to try and contract our tummy muscles to hold our tummies in place. Okay, if you want to keep your hands on your back, you can. If you feel you can, you're going to see if you can reach the hands out in front of you. Too much, don't do it. You can lift the body up a little bit. Big deep breath in. Calming down. Let the shoulders, let the body fall. Let everything drop forward. And just sway, without bending your knees, sway your weight from side to side over your hips from foot to foot. Effectively. Just let them. Now, if you need to take your legs wider, put your hands on your feet or your knees because you can't touch the ground, or even if you just want to let the arms wobble, that's fine as well. And then we're going to bend the knees, place the hands on the knees, lift the head up, arch back in the opposite direction, contract and round, and then lift up nice and high and bring the hands down. Just bring your feet in. You should feel like this warmth moving through the body. So we might not be doing big moves today, but we're going to be feeling and feel better. Just bring your hands up nice and high, feet together this time. We're going to test your balance. Hands are nice and tall. We're going to drop one hand down by the sides and we're just going to lean over. Now normally we have the feet apart. As we don't, we have to think about our balance and what we're doing. We might not go over as far as we normally do. I will stretch open that area, breathe into that compression. Now let's open up the back, open up the front, and close the back down by reaching back. Now be careful, your feet aren't apart, so you have to be careful not to fall. Find that gaze above the ceiling. Big deep breath in. Now close the front of your body down and open up that compression you've just made and reach across and then you feel your back opening. So we're activating forward and back. Let's do it again. So we're going to reach back, find that position, reaching with the shoulder. Let's open up the front of the body. You're going to feel contraction all the way through the side body and the back. The head. Big deep breath in. Now reach over, contract through the front body, pull your tummy muscles in and reach the neck, open up the back. We're going to release this side, so let's come up nice and high, keep your feet together, your hands onto the other side, have a reach across. Again, you're testing your balance. About posture here, so opening, hands are nice and level with the body in line with, so we're not leaning forward or back for the moment. You can use the hand for support. Now let's take it back and open up that body. You're going to feel that stretching, you feel that contraction and stretch on the and pressure on the back. So we're careful as we do it. We find that position up nice and high and gentle with it. Big deep breath in. Now contract those tummy muscles, contract and close that opening. Now open up at the back area of the body. Contracting around the front, got that back open. Go breath here. Now let's do that again. Let's open up behind. Feel that stretch, we're opening up. All the muscles are working. That contraction on one side stays. Same, big deep breath in. Now contract in front of the body and open the back of the body. Reach diagonally across. Have a stretch. Now inhale, reach up nice and high. And you are just going to want to let your body move. Because when your feet are together, there's more pressure in this area of your body. So just a bit like what we did at the beginning of the class. Let your arms follow. And we're going to round through the back. So it's like a snaking position. So you're going to open up, and then contract through your tailbone, contract through your tummy. Open up. And now this time pull your shoulders back as you open up. You contract through and release the shoulders. So pull the shoulders back and open up, contract and release the shoulders. Now if you're jolting when you're doing this, it means that you haven't got full control over your core and your posture. We're going to do this 2, 3, 4, one more time, and 5. Now just drop your body down to the ground. Let your head roll, make sure your feet are hips distance apart, and have a little bit of a wiggle. Now we're not not going to sit down and do the shoulders, we're going to stand up and do them. We want it to affect our posture. We want you to see how it affects as we move on. So let's just gently straight legs, lift hands over the head, and return back. Spine's nice and neutral as well. Always have, if you've got a mirror or you can see yourself on screen, look at yourself. Are you in this position? Have you done this? So find that neutral point. So your tailbones underneath the body, shoulders round and down. Give your fingers a little wobble. Now I've done this move with you quite a few times, and we've all been building up to it because not everyone's got the shoulder rotations. Now when we tend to find we're hunched up like this, and these muscles aren't very active, we tend to find our shoulders are rounded in this position, and it puts such a lot of pressure on our necks. So we want to be able to open around the shoulders, draw them down the back. So we're going to take the hands out to the side. I'm just going to have a little, yeah, that's it. I feel like I'm in some kind of, what's that, of Michael Jackson, bad, isn't it? Where he's just moving along. So I'm just going to hold the position. Now, we're going to turn the palms up towards the ceiling. And I just want you to move your shoulders up and down your back. Lift and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop. Warm them up. Now turn your palms over, do the same again, lift and drop. You have to feel all your back, all your shoulders working. Now reach from side to side. Remember how we snake through the body as we're moving before? Now we're moving in a lateral position, snaking. So you see that contraction and opening, so we contract on one side, open on the other. Now take your hands up and just release at the top, and now exhale, drop them back down. Your shoulders are wobble. The shape, let them go. Just backwards and forwards, just to go. And we're going to roll to open the shoulders. So we're going to take the hands back out to the sides, and we're going to, palms are facing down, and we're going to roll the shoulder back. The arms going behind. See how my shoulders are lifted and opened up the front of my body? And then we're going to roll the hands back over and bring the shoulder forward. No movement in my hips. My hips are perfectly still, not something. Do it again. Let's rotate. On that shoulder, just with one hand. In fact, you can drop the other hand if you want for a moment, and then rotate forward. Now we're going to rotate back and squeeze down back, pull it down your back, really open up that area of the arm, through the deltoid or through the pectorals, and then we're going to turn and do it in the opposite direction. Keep your head nice and high. You're going to feel that move down your triceps. One more time, squeeze it back in the opposite direction, and then squeeze it back over. And then back to neutral. Reach up and let it fall. So we'll do that on the other side. So we're going to take the hands out to the back. We're going to rotate it forward. Turn the hand up as we rotate forward. Try and keep that body nice and straight and the tailbone's not tilted. And we're going to rotate and open behind. We're going to do the same again. It's all happening in this. It's an isolated movement now. Even though it's going to affect the neck, it shouldn't affect the tailbone. I'm going to rotate forward and rotate back. Now we're going to rotate forward and hold and squeeze so we can feel the tricep engaged there. Shoulders down away from your ears. Now rotate back and draw that shoulder blade down your back. Do that again. Let's have a squeeze. Rotate. If you're doing it properly, you should start to feel like your shoulders are just slightly getting tired. And back. We've only got one more. You can always drop the hand if you need to. Rotate. And back. Take your hand up and drop it down. Your knees to move because you tend to find when you're doing that, your knees get locked. Hold yourself in position so that your body has some movement. You'll be able to feel that everything's quite warm. Your shoulders will release your neck. Let's take our hands to our shoulders. What we're going to do is we're going to open up. So we're going to draw back and open up and take those elbows to slightly higher than your shoulders. And then we're going to pull the shoulder blades down, pull your elbows down towards your body, so they're coming in towards the sides of the body, and then we're going to bring them forward, arch the back, touch the elbows together, lift up, try and keep the elbows as close together until you have to part them, and we're going to come back down and do that again. So bring them forward and touch them, keep them touching as much as you can, squeezing, squeezing. Now open up, let's add some breath in. So I'm just going to bring them down first, then we're going to lift, we're going to open and breathe in, and as we exhale, try and keep your tailbone still, coming down, lifting at one more time, and down. Now the slight variation, we're going to lift up to the sides and open, and in front of the body, so we're not dropping the elbows up, in front of the body, we're going to bring them up in place of the body and round to our back. Don't let them drop if you can help. Inhale, open up, and contract, make sure your tummy muscles are engaged, just tilting your tailbone forward, and again, open up, and again, squeeze here, one more time, to really feel it in your shoulders. Now breathe in, exhale, come back, and then take it back, take them up and drop them down. Now some of you, if you've got shoulder problems or neck problems, you're going to find this quite difficult because we're activating muscles that you're just probably not used to using properly. There is a couple, one more we're going to do with the shoulders, and we are going to stretch them out in a bit as well. But I want you to take your hands up, and I want you to keep your back nice and straight, so you've got that nice neutral position, so my tummy's flat, the tailbone's not sticking out, got that nice neutral position. We're going to first of all draw the shoulders down behind the back, draw the shoulder blades down the back, in towards the middle of the back, flip down. Breathe in here, breathe into the back. Exhale, push up. Now bring them slightly forward, breathe into the back again. Turn the palms to face each other. Exhale, push back up. Let's do that, pulling one more time. So pull down, draw them down. And back up. Now let's release them by bringing the elbows down. Big deep breath in. You know, my tailbone hasn't moved. Exhale, back up and just release your shoulders. You're happy to know you can open, move them and rotate them independently. You can just have a moment to release your shoulder. Big sweeping motions are always good. So if you want to open up the body, we're connected everywhere to that shoulder. So let's open up the body. It's never just about the shoulder. Normally if you've got shoulder pain, it comes from somewhere else. And that's what we're going to work on. Hands up, and then bring yourself down to the mat. Okay, we're going to be lying down on the mat. I've done this one before, but we're going to do it slightly different to how we remember. Now you're going to find a straight line. Now I've got the side of my mat. You might draw a line on your carpet. It doesn't matter, it's where you feel comfortable. Now I'm going to have to put my feet up actually a bit because I can't lie down properly. We're going to lay ourselves down on the mat. And I want your shoulder, the middle of the joint to touch that line, and your elbow to touch that line. So that elbow is in line with your shoulder and in line with your neck. Now I've got my head lifted. What I want you to actually do is bring the other hand down, pop your head and drop it on your fist. But what I'm doing before I do it, I want to very gently turn the head, look in the opposite direction. Hold here, bring the hand here next to your shoulder and just push against it very gently. And what you should do, this area here, from the top of your pecs, top of your deltoids, all the way down to the middle of your chest, is having a stretch. And then I want you to drop your head down and have a breathe in that position. It's very subtle. And then lift your head back up. Now, variation, we're not going to take it out to the side, we're going to take it diagonally across. Drop it down, drop your head down, roll your shoulder towards the ground, turn your head and drop it down. Simple to start with. Come back up. Bring your elbow back into that bent position and level with the lines. And this time I'm going to stick all the body weight onto the shoulder. It's too much, stay down. I want you to drop your head down and let your body weight drop onto that shoulder. What you want to feel is not that it's pulling through the shoulder, you want to put it through the chest, so the chest is coming forward. You want to feel the stretch from the top of the shoulder down in towards the chest, and that's where we want it. Head's nice and soft. Now roll back over, take the hand to a diagonal position. Now this is really subtle, so I know some of you might be a bit confused by it, but do try and follow along. And then we're going to do the same thing again. You're going to feel very differently. The stretch is going to move right down to the inside of your bicep and through your chest. So be very careful. You might think it's your shoulder that's stretching, but it's actually coming from your chest. So just stretching that out. What this does, it takes the pressure of the muscles in front of the neck to hold your body up. So we're just releasing the muscles in the shoulder to relax the neck muscles. and then to roll back over. It should be very subtle. We're going to do that on the inside. Just move backwards and forwards, let it rotate, and let's move to the other side. So first of all, just pop it down and just drop your head down onto the mat. Get yourself very settled, drop that shoulder totally level and everything feels nice and comfortable. Now we're going to rotate the head, keep the body still, just use your supporting hand on the other side. I'm just going to push that shoulder towards the ground. Nothing too much to start with, all we're doing is waking those muscles up. Up your breath. Especially if you've got slight shoulder problems, this might be as far as you can go, which is fine. Now, diagonally take the hand across and do the same again. You're going to keep the body still, just going to rotate the head. If you did it properly, the more subtle, the more deep you feel it, because what we're doing is actually letting the body relax into it. Now bend your elbow again. We're going to turn the body on, weight from one side and onto that shoulder. Only go as far as you feel comfortable to do. Some of you might not be lifting very far at all, but you want to breathe in and really expand into your chest so you can feel that stretch from the chest to the shoulder. Go. And again. Let the breath go. Now roll back over. If you feel you can take it to the diagonal, you're going to take it to the diagonal, lie back down, roll back over. You're going to feel you can actually rotate your shoulder in towards the ground now. If it's too much, please. Head's looking up if you can. Big deep breath in. Let the breath go. And again. And breathe in. Let the breath go. Now roll back over. Bring your hands back. Gently, we're going to use the muscles to engage yourself by drawing yourself back up and come back and sit down onto your heels. Now, if you've done that properly, even if it was subtly, you should be able to feel movement through here. What we've got is we've got pectorals at the joint here and here, so they kind of come down into your body in this kind of motion. So what tends to happen is if it's tight, it pulls on your shoulder. So if you pull the shoulder back, shoulder problems, it rotates your shoulder in the wrong direction, and it also causes you to have pain in your deltoids and the long head of your bicep. So the more we can open up that movement and stretch the movement of the body, the less shoulder problems we're going to have. Let's just rotate and move the shoulders. We've done that in that direction. We've opened up through the front. That opening will take the pressure off these muscles here going towards your ears. Okay, let's take the shoulders in a stretch in the other direction. So what we're going to do is come up onto all fours. So it's not much of a flow today, I'm afraid. It's very exacting position. It's about getting the right movement through the neck and shoulder. Onto all fours, we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to open up and think about drawing open that point. We've just drawn back before, so we're going to open that point and stretch through. We've already got that lovely stretch. Draw the shoulder blades together. Big deep breath in. Now come underneath the body. Place your weight down towards it and see if you can drop your weight onto that arm. Okay? So you're dropping the weight. And if you feel you can, you know, lift the free hand up. If not, just stay with the hand down. But what we're thinking about doing is not just stretching across the shoulder, it's stretching across the back. So think less about what's happening here in your shoulder and think about what's happening from the shoulder to the middle of the spine. And that's where your sensation wants to be. That means you need to drop your shoulder weight back on top of it, or your other shoulder weight back on top of it, then do so. But it's thinking about that stretching the back and not in the shoulder. We're going to take a big deep breath in and really expand through the body. Let the breath go. Bring your hand down, lift the other one free, big stretch up towards the ceiling. Understanding why you do these moves, you'll now know every time we do it why we're doing it, what we're opening and why we're opening it. And drop your hands back down. Let's do the same on the other side. We're going to draw open and lift up. Think about that stretch from here up towards that shoulder opening, so you're actually stretching across the front of the body. It's not just the arms, it's the body. Now let's come underneath. Drop it down. Remember, if you want to put more weight through it, just think about what's happening in behind you, in your back, not in your arm. I should have tied my hair up today. It's everywhere, you probably can't see what's going on. But if you feel you can, you're going to draw open that shoulder again. Stay here with the hand in the air. If not, just let the weight fall forward. Feel comfortable as best as you can. Big deep breath in. Breath go. And again. Breath, go, bring your hands down. Undo that shoulder, lift it back up towards the ceiling, that final stretch through the front of the body. Bring it back down. And bring yourself onto a seated position, so you're not on your heels. Okay? So, you might think, well, what's that got to do with the neck? But releasing these muscles, it's going to take the pressure off your neck. It's going to take pressure back, and we're going to continue that. So we are going to work through the neck, but we're going to continue working through the front of the body and back for a moment, that torso movement. So we're going to bring the hands into the lattice position, big deep breath in, and we're going to push through those fingers and stretch through the back as best as we possibly can. And there should be a nice rounded motion across your back, collapsing in front, shortening those muscles again, but it's okay because we're going to reopen them. But we're opening up the back, really feel the shoulder blades in. Chin to chest. Now inhale, let's open up that chest again. So now you know about these muscles. Instead of taking your arms low, think about them being higher and drawing back. The lower you are, you're not actually working through muscles. You're actually still using your back. But if you're high, you'll notice, we'll have a bit of big noise. If you're low, they're quite loose. If you're high, you can feel the stretch. That's because we're actually drawing open the stretch through the shoulder and the back's engaging. Now bring it forward, rotate and push through, chin to chest. Now inhale, open up high, so you take the diagonally across and draw it here in the body. So think about pushing that chest forward to get that stretch from here down the body. And then take your arms up and just release them. And just let the shoulders release. And what you'll find is as you've been holding those positions, your neck's been very active. So you need to release that, we need to let that go. So first of all we're going to do is just drop the chin forward. And just let the head be heavy, back's nice and straight. When I say nice and straight, what I want you to do is actively sit on top of your tailbone, don't slouch. Just sit on top of that tailbone. Just draw your neck in. Doesn't matter if you've got a double chin coming, I really don't mind. It's not about that, it's about opening up the back here. Opening the shoulders. Now let your back just slightly start to slouch and bring your head forward towards your ankles. Just drop your arms down. Now breathe into your back and open your back as much as possible. Let the breath go. Now sit back up on top of your tailbone. Lift your head back up and just let your head move, let it release. We're going to stay with a very straight spine. We're going to bring that neck back down and we're going to put the hands on the back of the head this time. And we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure and let that elbows fall towards each other. So now you're going to feel from the top of your shoulders all the way up your spine, all the bony bit of the spine, to underneath the back of your head. You're going to feel stretch happening. It's subtle, don't overdo it. You could damage yourself if you do. Breathe, keep breathing, nice deep breaths. Breath, go, stay here. Think about what you're actually trying to achieve. You're relaxing, you're stretching through the muscles in the back so they're not so active anymore. You're giving them a release forward. And also at the base of your nape of your head here while we're talking, the nape of your hair is what your forehead comes over your head and sticks to that point. So if you've got a nice relaxed area at the back of your neck, your forehead will stop you from getting tension headaches. It will relax and release. Now, very gently, let's see if we can just lift the head back up and just draw those shoulders around. So hunch and release. When I say hunch, I'm not squeezing, it's just a little hunch and release. Just waking those muscles back up in the neck. Let the head move from side to side. Now, let's take the head back and open up through the chin. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. You're opening through the front of the body. So it's not just a case of we're opening up those shoulders, we're now opening up the body as we open up the neck and taking the chin up. You know, we're thinking about that stretch, not just here, just the heart, but also up. Breath in. Let that breath go. Then I like to put my hand on the back of my head to lift it back up, to release it, so I'm not putting too much pressure on lifting. And then let your head move, let it slide. We're going to do the same sort of thing, but just drop your shoulders and we're going to lift the chin up and then just tilt the chin towards the ceiling. So now we can feel that movement. Move to one side of the body, ear comes close towards the shoulder, but we're not hunched up on the other side. Nice and loose, nice and light. I'm not leaning to one side, it's just opening from the shoulder to ear there. I'm lifting up that jawline towards the centre. Towards the centre. Yeah. Couple of breaths and you'll feel, let's open up those shoulders again. Feel that stretch here, that's what we want. We want to feel that opening here, but we're not pulling, it's encouragement. And now very gently, let's lift back up, let's take it over, chin, and then open up that side. That jaw lines towards the ceiling, you're drawing back and opening up that shoulder. Remember, we're not pulling, we're not trying to force the stretch. It's more of a subtle movement through that shoulder and through that neck. Just going to hold here for a second. Just feel that breath and let that chin, you can always lift that chin a bit higher if you want to deepen the stretch. Really be careful when you're working the neck muscles. If you overdo it, like I said, it can affect everything in your body. You've got your vagus nerve which runs down your body and it controls so much, like your temperature, your heart rate. It's really important to be careful with what we're doing. And then we're going to lift back up. And we're just going to let the head rotate. Just rotate, just round and round. And I want you to find a point just in front of you, looking at the screen. And what we're going to do is, with the end of your nose, chin's nice and level, we're going to draw a little 2-piece at the end of our nose in a clockwise direction. And what this is doing is subtly releasing the muscles inside the neck, inside the jawline. Very subtle, just a very small. And quite quickly now, slow it down. Let's draw some little 2-piece pieces. So it looks like you're doing absolutely nothing at all. Really subtle. Now let's take it on the other side. Nice and quick to start with, little 2-piece pieces. And now let's slow it down. Really subtle. You'll be able to feel this in the back of your head, in your neck, and probably in your jaw as well. Let's draw some lines with our nose. We say no by taking our nose from side to side. So, and now you know why you're doing this. You're not just drawing a line with your nose, you can feel it in the back of your neck. You can feel while you're doing it, so you can take it as far or as short as you want. So it's a case of thinking, actually, when I shake my head, I don't really think about what my back's doing, but you can feel it. It's important. So let's just do a little movement from side to side. Let's take it up and down. Up and down. You're not letting the head fall back, we're not letting the head fall too far forward. It's a little line with the nose. So you can just feel the back of your head opening up. Last thing we're going to do with the neck is we have a very, very, very strong muscle here that holds our head in place. So what I want you to do is I want you to tuck your chin back and make a double chin, but take your ears back over your shoulders. So you're going to tuck your chin and draw back. So you're not on the centre line anymore. You're going to draw back, and what you're going to find is see that muscle is stretched in this direction. I don't care if you've got double chin while you do it. We're just going to open up, big deep breath in. Now lean the neck forward. And again. Now lean the neck forward. Open up underneath the chin. Last time. And lean the neck forward. Bring your head back to neutral. Give your shoulders some movement. Give your head some movement. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? And what we're going to do is we're going to cover our bottom lip with our teeth in our lip. I'm going to push your right in front of you. And I want you to feel the muscles here moving. You should be able to see my jawline move forward. So we're going to push it out. Feel that stretch in the jaw. And release. And this might be a little bit painful. We are going to start moving the body a bit more in a moment. This might be the most painful one for us. So do be careful. You're going to reach down, you're going to open up the mouth, let it drop. And you're going to feel the muscles on the side here, which are ones that move. If you open and close, you'll be able to feel movement underneath them. I'm going to press against them. We're going to open and close the mouth with a little bit of pressure. Slow motion, just find that nice point. Fingers shouldn't slide across the face too much, you just press on that muscle. So I'm going to open, close, open, close. And again, open, close, open, and close. One more time. Close, and just release. You'll be able to feel like the jaw is tingling. So what we've done is we've released those. What we've just done is release those muscles all the way down the body. Very subtle. Neck and jaw, very subtle. Right, let's carry on. Give the next movement. We're going to move the body and we're going to release any tension. When we're doing our neck movements and our shoulder movements, we tend to hold the body very still. So let's move around. Let's do something about that. We're going to take the feet out in front of us and we're going to rotate our feet. And if you're like me, you're clicking. Take your hands up nice and high. Stretch underneath your armpits. You might even feel like you've got a bit of a deeper stretch there. Let's rotate the shoulders down the back. Oh, crunching. Big deep breath in. And then let's lean the weight forward. Drop the weight down. And what we were concentrating on is opening up this lower back here. So if you're overactive in your lower back, what you might find is you're up quite high, you just try and get your head to your knee, but it's not head to knee. We're opening up the back, we're bringing the weight forward. There's a difference. This is head to knee, nothing happens. This is bringing the weight forward, so we're opening up that lower back. Reach the hands out in front of us and drop the head down. You're going to breathe in, expand through the tummy. Let's shuffle our shoulders. Let's open up the back a little bit more, concertina through the spine. Let's really open up the shoulders at the top and the shoulder blades. We've just been doing some work there. Let's nice and soft movements, lifting and opening. Now draw your hands back, take your hand behind your head, lift up your shoulders. No tension on your neck. There's no time for tension here. Oh, let the breath go. Big deep breath in. Exhale, coming forward. Drop the head down. In that breath. Let the breath go. One more time. Let the breath go. Now draw back the body, lift the hands up over the head. We're going to reach one hand down to the ground, reach diagonally across and tap the ground. Inhale, coming back up. And we're going to go over to the other side and tap the ground. And we're going to inhale and come back up. Come over and tap the ground. Inhale and come back up. Always feeling that stretch. Think about what's happening in the body as you're doing it. We're doing every move we do for a reason. We're trying to work on a certain body part. Let's come up nice and high. Round your shoulders. And then bring your feet into a butterfly pose. Feet together. Just give your knees a wobble and your hips a wobble. Whenever we're holding the body very still, the hips get a lot of tension in them. So you'll find if you've got tight hips or you've got digestive problems, you're probably going to get shoulder and neck problems. It's all connected. You know, my mum said the other day, I've got a problem with my foot. My sister's a physio. She says it's probably something to do with your shoulder or your knee or your hips. It's like this in my foot. That's the whole point. It's all connected. Okay, just draw them round through your shoulders and then let's reach forward in between those legs and drop the hands down, drop the head down. Breathing. And again. Breathing. Take the hands up nice and high. Now we've got a challenge, and the reason why we're doing this is because we're thinking about what's happening with our neck as we do it. So we're going to bring our hands to our toes or our feet, wherever we feel comfortable, and we're going to actually lean back. Now we do this quite regularly, but while we're in this position, I want you to think about what your neck's doing. Is your neck soft? Shoulders open. If you can open them, or you can go wherever you feel you're most comfortable, you might still be on the ground. Let's think about what your neck's doing. Are you really tensing your neck to hold you? Your shoulders really engaged to hold you in this position. Do you feel like you're hunched over because you can't hold yourself properly? Do you need to bend your knees and draw your shoulders down? Let's really think about our positioning. If you think about what your shoulders are doing and how you're feeling, you might find that you actually, if you bend your knees or straighten them, or whatever you do, you might find, oh, I want to feel nicer for me, because you're not actually using your neck or your shoulders to do the work. So find that place that's right. There should be no tension on your neck. You have to move your shoulders like they're back and forth, nothing going on. It's all in here. So work this core to take the pressure off here. Okay? Then come back down across your legs. Now let's rotate those shoulders. Let's move them backwards and forwards. Let's sway the body from side to side. Now you know why we're doing it. Let's think, how are I feeling? Are we feeling tight in any area? Are we putting pressure on my neck in anywhere? Does it feel uncomfortable? Do I need to open up my neck and stretch it? Let's have a thought about how it feels. Now on, if you have a neck problem, think, is my jaw tight? Are my shoulders tight? Think about why it's that. If you've got headaches, think about why you've got a headache. Is it because you're tense and going like this? And it's contracting and causing that stress through your head. Let's rotate the bottom of the body. So big deep breath in. Rotate shoulder to knee, coming down and round, and just soft neck, but elongated. Come back up. Inhale, come back up. Nice soft neck. Let's draw it all the way down. Opening at the back. Nice long neck, but not strained. And back up. And next you move freely with the rest of the body as gravity takes it. There's no strain. And all the way around. And back up. Let's change directions. Come here and down. Inhale at the other leg. Come up. And down. Inhale. And down. Let the head be soft. I want you to draw little figures of eights with your nose from side to side. Let your body move freely underneath it. Oh, you might think, oh, well, that feels nice. Just move, and it's just open and move. All the time thinking what it's really what we've been thinking about is the connection mainly to our collarbone, to our shoulder, and how the front and the back of our body are making our neck be in pain. So don't just move the neck, move the body. What feels like it needs to open. You're sitting at a desk and you don't feel right. Think what your neck's doing. If you're staring down and you're tensing your neck, and do you need to open and release that tension? Do you need to have your computer screen higher and your hands higher? Something to think about. Body bolster. What we're going to do to start with is we're going to place it underneath our back, at the lower back, underneath the belly button, and we're going to lie down and let the body go down. Now, if you need to unravel it or you need no flatter, just make sure you feel comfortable in whatever position you're chosen. You're going to reach your hands over your head. Let's have a stretch through the body here. But in this position, now we're nice and soft. Does it feel like your neck's under a lot of strain to hold yourself? And do you feel hunched up? If so, just drop your hands out to the side. There's no strain. You can even lift open your chin a little bit here. So if you feel like your chest is lifting, you're opening up there, then you can always take your chin back and open up your neck there. Just make it nice and soft. Back of your head under no pressure to keep yourself up here, and shoulders are nice and soft. Once you have the palms both facing up, so rotating the shoulders backwards behind rather than rotating forward and collapsing the chin. So open up those hands, and let's take a breath into the body, into the tummy. Let it expand up, feel it press the back into the neck. Breathe in. Let the breath go. Do it again. Let the body sink down as we let the breath go. Last time. Let it go. Now bring your feet up so they're touching the ground and bending your knees. And let's lift the bolster from underneath the back and just drop it down by the sides of the body and release the spine. And automatically feel your chest and your neck move. I'm going to very gently turn the knees and stack the knees and hips on top of each other to one side. Body is still open. So let's try and get that hip bone very in line with the bottom hip bone and knees very well stacked. It's open. You're going to feel that stretch across the shoulder down to the pectoris. That's what we want. Big deep breath in. Now lift that bottom hand up, come over your head and reach and touch the other hand. So do a nice rotational open movement through the torso. Take it back behind. Breathe in. Exhale. Come back over. Subtle. Just letting that neck move. Think about what your neck's doing as you're moving. Opening up, head's nice and soft. If you want to put something that's flattened, and it's soft and flat underneath it, that's fine. And come back over. Back and open. And then we're going to rotate and bring ourselves back onto our feet. Release the spine. Just give yourself a good walk side to side. And then let's take it over to the other side. So we're going to stack those hips on top of each other. I don't mind if you can't do your shoulders and touch the ground behind. It's the weight and the pulling across the chest. Perfectly okay. So find your position so you know you can move your hands around. You're going to breathe in. Exhale, we're going to reach and close the body. Inhale, open up. Hips are still stacked. Don't let the hips drop backwards. They're still stacked. Lovely on top of each other. Increase that stretch and you're going to feel that twist move down the body. Exhale, come back over, tap the hand. Inhale, open up behind. Exhale, coming forward. And then open up the hand one last time, roll back onto your back and just let your hips have some movement. Bring your knees in, up and down, round and round. Soften your neck, soften your jaw. Your teeth should not be clenched together. For anything like me, I sleep with grinding my teeth, so to actually let the jaw relax is just heavenly. Just let yourself have a little movement in this position, relaxing the spine, relaxing the shoulder blades. Nice. Now, what I want you to do is bring the bolster underneath your body. We're going to bring it underneath the middle of our back, our thighs, and sit on it. We want to make it so that we can easily drop hips against the ground, so we can feel that tailbone sitting against the ground. And the head, if you need to put something underneath the head because you feel it's uncomfortable, you can lift the head. If you kind of want you to be able to drop the head, so there's no tension on that neck at all, nice and relaxed, and just drop your hands out to the side. Now, at the moment, my knees are up, my feet are engaged, my knees are dropped together. Now, if you want to go that one step further, you're going to drop your legs down, but you will feel your body moving, you will feel some motion in your shoulders and your neck. So if you want to lift your neck so it's higher and opening up, and you can relax the back of your neck, that's fine. It's about take a minute, just let those shoulders drop and open, and think about what your neck and your jawline is doing. Nice and relaxed. Now in this position, let's breathe into the chest really deeply. And just let your jaw soften, tongues against the roof of your mouth. Let your ears fall down towards the ground. I don't mean literally, it's not going to necessarily fall and touch the ground, is it? But that softness in your face and across your jaw and your lips. So breathing in. Nice, soft, relaxed jaw, back of the head's relaxed. And again. And lift your feet back up. I'm going to roll to one side and take the bolster from underneath the back and rest the back down. I'm going to place the bolster or the rolled up cushion, whatever we've chosen, I'm going to place it. You can use another rolled up yoga mat if you like. We're going to place it underneath the head. So we feel comfortable with our neck muscles against the bolster. We feel that the head's cradled, and we feel like that lower back is in the ground. And for a moment, all we're going to do is put our hands on our hips, and we're just going to tilt without moving the neck. It's just very subtly. We're just going to rock through the tailbone. So put that slowly, not squeezing too much, slowly close the gap off at the back, and then let it come back up. You don't want your head pulling up and down. It's just a slow motion through. So think about your neck being still with no tension, and just rock through your tailbone a couple of times. Okay, now drop your feet down. Head's nice and comfortable. And we're just going to take the hands up towards the ceiling. I'm just going to try and keep the neck still, and we're just going to have a little reach from side to side with each hand. Just soften the head. No tension on the back of the head and neck. Ears are soft, jaws are soft. Then we're going to reach back behind the head. I know you're thinking, wow, we look like Barbie dolls, and we do. That's what I'm trying to do, get you to look like Barbie dolls. Ken doll, isn't it? One more. Each side, then open up your chest. Hands drop to the side, shoulders drop, let your neck drop. Breathe. Think about what the back of your head is doing, how relaxed your neck muscles are. So when you exhale, I want you to let the shoulders sink into the ground. So breathe and expand through the rib cage. And let the shoulders and the neck just drop. Let that be there. And again, big deep. Okay. Oh, sorry team, but we have to end. And I'm sorry if you cut out. At least we only had 3 seconds left before we did cut out. And we're in a relaxed position. So bring your hands into prayer. Nice, relaxed head. Take your hands up. Open up.
Excuse me.
Inhale, come back up. Everybody's probably cutting out left, right and centre. Bring your hands down. Namaste.